Consistency Day 73. If you feel fear, you're headed in the right direction. It's easy to shy away from things that scare us or things that we're fearful of. But what if I told you fear means you're headed in the right direction? It means you're just uncomfortable enough to truly make a change. It means that what you're doing is worth something, because there's going to be a difficult road ahead. There's going to be times of enduring, and there's going to be times of uncertainty. And with uncertainty comes bravery. It comes courage, because it means that you're not sure of the outcome, but you're willing to do it anyway. And what that proves is that what you're trying to do is something worthwhile. Because if something's not worthwhile, you're not going to put any effort behind it. We only have effort to things that make us sweat, things that make us cry, things that make us bleed, because on the other side of that, there's a purpose. There's something good out of it. But with easy, nothing good comes from it. Nothing good comes from your comfort zone. Nothing comes from, not feeling fear, because you're certain of it. You know what the outcome's going to be. So how can you act and say that you're acting in faith if you know the outcome? Or how can you say you're doing something that's worthwhile if there's no difficulty to it, if everybody can do it? Because difficulty is God's way of weeding out the undeserving, but it's also showing that there's value to it. Something that's difficult is valuable. People look at that and they admire it, because they're like, dude, how can I do that? How can I have that type of love life? How can I have that type of financial, outcome? How can I be a millionaire, build that business? How can I have that? How is he shredded like that? How is he able to bench press 500 pounds? Like, people are in awe of those things that are difficult. And in the moment, difficult things, they definitely suck. The training, the sacrifices, the late nights, all that stuff, it's not fun. It's not enjoyable at all, even doing it. But you have to have a vision to understand that what you're trying to accomplish is worth it, and that there's good on the other side of it. And just know that if you feel fear and what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish, you're heading in the right direction. Think about dating. If you approach or talk to or message that person that you're scared of, that's like a good feeling, because you think that, oh man, this person's actually going to hold me accountable. They're actually at my level or higher. They're not just somebody I think I can, hit on and get away with real easy. And that's the people you would want as, a true significant other or a husband or a wife. And building a business, why is it scary? Because you're sacrificing hours. You're sacrificing maybe job security. You might have to leave your day job in order to start that startup or that business, and it might fail. There's a risk of that failure. And the unknown, going back to, you're not certain about what the outcome is. And that's what makes it scary. Same thing with dieting and being in the gym. Like, you have to sacrifice a lot to have that. You have to sacrifice your number of cheat days and your number of cheat meals. And you have to be disciplined and showing up every day to lift weights and do your cardio and do your steps. But, there's a fear in that, because what if you don't look the way you want to look? What if you work out for 2 years straight and you still don't look the way you want to look? But that's why working out is more about health than how you look. But that's a different story for a different day. But I just think too many times, we shy away from fear. We shy away from the paths that we're supposed to take. And those paths are going to test us. Those paths are going to scare us. Those paths are going to be, disguised as something horrible, something bad, something scary. It's going to have self-doubt, limitations all on that path. But the journey is still worth it. That path is still worth walking down. It's worth getting to the other side of fear. And you never know what's on the other side of fear. And that's where you have to program your mind and think, man, like, this is worth it. Like, something good is on the other side of this, because that fear is there to, derail us. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. FEAR, false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's just we daydream or think about it and have nightmares of what the worst case scenario is. We worry so much, when in reality, most of those worries, most of those, those doubts don't even come true. But we waste so many hours and days worrying about it, and we miss so many opportunities. We have so much loss of opportunities because we're scared to take that risk. We're scared to shake that hand. We're scared to pick up the phone one more time. We're scared to approach that person. We're scared to send that DM. We're scared to quit our job and start that business. We're scared to leave that relationship and go get somebody that's actually deserving of our love. And just know that if you do feel a little fear, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. That means you're on the right path and you're doing something worthwhile. And I wish you peace and blessings on that journey.